Come on. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pizza Time Chronicles. It is time to get lost in the pizza sauce, everybody. We are back. And you already know in the Pizza Time Chronicles, we only bring the best. And today I have the best yoga instructor of all time, Miss Paola. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, Gio. How are you?
I'm doing great. Paola, let everybody know who you are.
My name is Paula. I'm going to say the whole name, Paula Oliveira-Lamey. I'm originally from Brazil. I am a 200 hours registered yoga teacher. I am in just outside of Indianapolis on the west side of Indianapolis, and it's called Avon, and that's the town that I'm on. And I've been here since 2002, so it would be 21 years I've been here from Brazil in South America. So a little colder than I like, especially this time of year, but it's all good. We warm up on the mat.
That's great, Paula. I'm so happy to do this episode because so many people in 2022 are looking to reset themselves, no pun intended, are looking to basically bring themselves back together, recenter who they are, and kind of relieve a lot of that stress, especially the pandemic has formed. Most people are finding different ways, and a lot of people are jumping onto the yoga wave, which is great. So I want to ask, since you're doing 200 hours, I mean, you're probably doing yoga every single day. Why is yoga a huge part of your life?
So the 200-hour training is what I went through, but it does feel like I've been doing yoga for 200 hours every every month. But so yoga is a huge part of my life because it's hard and found myself. So I love how you use the word reset in there. Thank you. It is a huge part of my life because yoga is really not only what you practice on your mat. Yoga, you take it with you throughout your days. So the mindfulness that come with yoga through your breath, through the body awareness, there's so much more that you can learn about yourself and really learn how to handle your life a little bit better when you can bring yourself to your breath and you can really find that inner strength, that inner power that you have to take you to do whatever you want. Sky's the limit. So I can't not see my life without yoga. It's been a very big part of my life for at least the past 10 years. I've been a registered yoga a teacher for about 7 now, and I can't live without it. Honestly, it's in my day. It's throughout my day. It's during my day. Is at night when I lay in bed. Is the first thing I do in the morning. So yeah, I can't. There's no there. I can't remember Paula before yoga. It's just Paula with yoga.
And that's amazing. And do you mind speaking a little bit more about the services you offer, especially Reset itself?
Of course, I don't mind. So reset started with the pandemic. So if there is a way to talk about blessings that come from something so tragic as our pandemic, that's it's definitely I can speak for myself. It's really what made me make this choice to really choose me first and choose. Choose how I could bring mindfulness to people, and that's what Reset does. So we were all couch potatoes, right? When pandemic hit, we were on the couch, we were watching TV, we lost that routine that all of us had. And I know we talk about kids needing that routine, but adults need it as well. And when pandemic hit, you lost everything. Like we couldn't go anywhere. There's a lot of things that we couldn't do. So a lot of things we had to really relearn and do it for ourselves. So that's how Reset started, giving you a way to really reset your routines and tackle a little bit more and think more about how you're eating. Eat like you love yourself. And then move your body every day. Find ways to get out of the house and walk or get on your mat and stretch and learn what are the things that you're having to tend to your body. And then also bringing that to your own life and learning to use your breath instead of counting to 30 to kind of bring yourself back together is breathe, count your breath as you inhale, count your breath as you exhale. So the services that I provide are online classes as well as in-person classes. I have 2 classes today that are free that I offer just out of the goodness of my heart, and I provide a 30-minute class, yoga core focus, on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern. I have another free class on Friday at 9 a.m. It's called Yoga Move, where we really move with our breath. It's a little more of like a yoga dance, I should say. And then I have 2 other classes Tuesday, 6 a.m., which you, right, Gio, have been a part of it. And I love just waking up and doing that first thing in the morning. Is set your day. You find your breath, you find that pace you want to be on. You cannot control the things that happen in your day, but you can control how you react to them. So allowing you to anchor on your breath and allow your breath to be your anchor in return, and allowing you to take your day that way. And then my other class is Sundays at 3 p.m. and that's called many ways to take a nap yoga, or restorative yoga, that we use blankets and pillows, and it's just a way to allow your body to really surrender in different poses. And rather than you trying to, with tight hamstrings, trying to really open up through the inner thighs and groins, you place blankets or pillows under your knees, and you can really relax into a pose and allow that pose to really work in your body. Allow it to stretch you more than you normally would. So restorative is 75 minutes long. It's a longer class, and those are the classes that I offer online. And then I offer also classes in person. I'm now expanding to private classes as well as kids yoga, which is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I work with Indie Yoga Movement here in the Indianapolis area, providing a mindful program to kids. Some of these schools are behavioral schools, so a lot of these kids that really need special attention, just somebody to really care and show up for them. So I'm so happy to bring kids yoga to my own schedule. So it's all about moving. It's all about breathing. I meet you where you are. So if you feel like, oh no, I can't do yoga because I can't sit still, that's why you need yoga. Oh, I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible. That's why you need yoga. So all the things that you think they're keeping you from yoga, it's really what is attracting you to yoga. So you just have to give it a try.
Yes, and I definitely gave it a try, and it's been helping me. I've had a tight lower back for as long as I can remember. I know with our yoga lessons, we're working on the hip flexors, we're working on the lower back, and as well as just getting that morning stretch. And I think it's very beneficial. You are correct with becoming a couch potato during the pandemic, because we couldn't do anything. We couldn't. Some of us couldn't go anywhere. And when we're under a lot of stress and a lot of uncertainty, we didn't feel like moving. Especially taking care of our health was one of those big things, because a lot of us were going to sleep at very random hours. We were waking up at very random hours. Mm-hmm. Some of us didn't even know what day it was. So it was very easy to lose ourselves during the pandemic, but to reset and to focus in on where we were at, where our health was at during that time. I just think yoga is one of those perfect ways to get back on track. Speaking about the health benefits, what do you feel are the health benefits that come along with yoga?
So many. We can talk about this forever, but let's start with the breath. So there are certain things in our bodies that are completely involuntary, right? You don't tell your heart to beat, you don't tell your blood to flow, you don't tell your liver to work or other parts of your body. And part of the breath also is involuntary, but you can definitely control your breath. So I always tell, especially kids, did you know you have the power of the breath? And like, oh, Miss Paula, I know how to breathe. I don't need somebody to tell me to breathe. But when you focus on your breath, let me tell you some of the benefits. When you close your eyes, so why don't we do that? So when you close your eyes and you just try to be in this moment and you focus on your breath, as soon as you focus on your breath, the first thing that happens is it slows down. Naturally, it does. So if you are to just spend a little more time paying attention to your breath and you begin to really slow that breath, and you will begin to feel that naturally your body calms down. So the first thing that happens when you slow down your breath is that your heart rate is slower. So your heart starts to beating a little slower. What else happens when your heart rate is slower? Your blood flow is slower. And whenever that's happening, it's like a calming effect to your entire body. So a lot of the body or the diseases and illness that we fight through increase stress in the body, right? So our organs are stressed and the nerves are stressed and everything is like in that panic mode. So as soon as you start to slow down your breath, your heart rate is reduces, your blood flow reduces, and then of course your mind is calm because there's not a whole lot of activity happening because you're really focusing on the breath. So imagine if all of that just happened. Those are the health benefits, right? Because there's no stress in the body. So it's not a stress in the mind only. Your body's under stress whenever you're sick, whenever you're anxious, digestive problems, headaches and different things that can happen. And when we're hurting, we don't even stand up correctly, right? Because we're kind of either hunched over because we're hurting that you almost like shielding your body. So whenever you start to breathe and everything starts to open, you find yourself rolling the shoulders back and you're standing up tall. And so many things happen from just that posture, just that remembers to stand upright and to stand up tall and proud. So a lot of things, a lot of the benefits come from only your breath. And if you think about that, hypertension with you doing cardiovascular exercises, which is what yoga is, right? The entire sun salutation is a cardiovascular exercise. And then when you talk about the physical aspect of yoga, so you're sitting and you're stretching the hip, or like you said, you're working to stretch and lengthen the lower back. So all those pains that we have and start to fade away and start to dissipate, start to soften because every time you breathe. So when you inhale, you feel in the lungs, and when you exhale is when your muscles are pulling away from the bones and you're creating space. And that's what we need. We create space in your body physically, in your mind physically. So like I said, I can talk forever. Your cortisol levels in your brain decrease with yoga. And that's a huge part of restorative yoga, is that your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body at rest, kicks in. So you're pretty much mimicking what your body at rest is throughout a yoga class. So if you can reduce stress, if you can reduce your cortisol level in your brain by breathing slower, imagine the effect in your body. Just that one thing alone.
Yeah, that's amazing. And this is why people need to connect with you and as well as join your class, because this is something that, like you said, they don't want to do it. They don't think they can do it, but you are the person that tell them that they can do it. And what I like your approach with yoga is that it's what you are capable of doing. And eventually getting to the point where you feel comfortable, you can stretch out, you basically already know the program. And, I think it's just amazing. You offer great packages as well. I mean, I think overall, everything you do now is amazing. I can't wait for people to join your classes. Listen, she offers free classes. You can start and you can see if you like it. And I think you're gonna love it because I did my free class and I was already jumping on to the next one. Um, and the fact that it's on Zoom, it's accessible. So definitely, I recommend it as one of her students. Someone who does it myself. I do restorative yoga and I also take advantage of the core yoga in the morning. Um, I'm at work, so I gotta see it later. But that's the flexibility of it. You can do it in the morning. You can do it at night. And you can do it while you're eating Oreos. I don't know why you would do that, but but the good thing is, it's all about flexibility. It's all about just recentering yourself and really finding yourself through a process. So if you're really in that process of in a journey of refining yourself, yoga and meditation, which Paula actually also offers. I think she does her own meditation program right now, you got the full package. You got the full package when it comes to reset. But I want to jump on to another thing. I think that speaking about the individual overall, why is it important to be in the moment, and can we perform under stress?
Okay, so why is it important to be in the present moment? Because it's the only moment that exists, right? I mean, if you think about it, like right here, I'm fully present with you, Gio. I'm fully present with everybody that's watching. And I'm able to do that because whatever happened yesterday, it already happened, right? And whatever's going to happen tomorrow, you don't have any control over that either. So why sink back into the past or try to advance yourself or try to do anything in the future? You don't have any control of those things anymore. And think about this, the word present, right? It was given to you to enjoy it. So when you bring yourself to the present moment and you're not preoccupying your mind with the future and you're not worrying anymore about what happened, you can totally be fully present and you can make it happen, whatever it is in that right in front of you. So when we are in a present moment, you're truly living, right? Because you're not preoccupied with what's going to happen and you're not worrying about it happened already. Let it go. Let it go. And just bring yourself to this moment and be fully with, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be somebody talking to you instead of you checking your phone or thinking, what am I, the next thing I'm going to say? Just listen. That's why we have two of these, right? And only one of these. So being in a present moment, I think the best way to say is the only moment that exists is being in a present moment. And in stress is the root of all problems, if you think about it. It's the root of all problems. Stress can increase what a health problem that you already have. It can become much worse because you have stress. So stress not only is taking over your mind and therefore making other things happen in your body, but is so heavy on your shoulders. So when we can just breathe, you can allow yourself to be in that moment. And by being in that moment, there's so many other things that you can discover about yourself that the biggest compliment I get in a yoga class is, especially when I do them online, because I'm not seeing everybody there as they're doing it. Some people don't have their camera on, and that's okay. Is when I get a message saying, oh my gosh, like in a restorative class, oh my gosh, I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, I missed half of the class because I fell asleep on the very first pose. It's the best compliment that I can get because you felt so relaxed. You surrendered so much to your breath and to the moment, to the present moment, so much that your body felt relaxed and you fell asleep. Is the best compliment I can get. And it happens quite a bit. So that's why restorative is it's made that way, to really allow yourself to be in a present moment so you can release all the stress, push it away from your body and allow your body to have the functions that it needs, digestion and everything. Once you get more into yoga, you notice that you're going to go to the bathroom more often because you're going to be twisting and eliminating toxins, allowing your body to move those things out of your body to, again, allow that space to exist in your body. And then you can fill it in with things that really matter to you that are not stress related.
That's awesome. And the reason I asked that question is because there's tons of people that say I perform better when I'm under stress. I think, like you stated, even though some people do perform better while under stress, but I think it's important what you said. We finally reach a point of relaxation that we don't feel like we have those responsibilities. We don't feel like we have to do our to-do list. We can just be at a very relaxed state and restore ourselves. And I think that's important. And I think what you do is very essential. Especially during times like this, especially as we are, again, kind of going back to normal. I know this is the new normal, but as we're return to some path of normality, I think this is great. I think Again, anybody who's watching this, make sure you scroll back. Make sure you listen to everything that was said today, because you could put this in your life. You should be scheduling your class. You should be reaching out to Paula after this, after watching this. I have two more questions for you. The last one I asked all my guests, but this one I want to ask you, because what do you consider the best way of self-care?
Spending time with yourself. And we serve others, and it doesn't matter if you're married or single, or you have kids or don't have kids, you have pets or you don't have pets. There's always somebody that you are taking care of. You are a caretaker. It's a human. It's human to take care of others. It doesn't matter if it's at work or at home. So spending time with yourself and in giving yourself that time is the best self-care. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be sitting back and just, relaxing and just being with yourself for that moment, or it may be that you are just going for a walk and taking few breaths, deep breaths, or it may be that you are doing a yoga class, which of course I highly recommend for self-care. But it's spending time with you. Because, hey, guess what? You only have one of these, like one body. So we got to take care of it. It was a temple, it was given to us. We were created with all of the things that we need. And taking care of it is the best and the only thing that you should be doing. So I really hope that you find a way for self-care. And if it's not yoga, maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's sitting with yourself for 5 minutes. Turn a slow music on your phone, close your eyes, sit, rest your hands on your lap, take a big roll with your shoulders, relax it down, and just enjoy doing one thing. Breathe. And then allow yourself to reflect. And you don't have to have a big plan, but have an intention, have a purpose. So whenever you sit with yourself, what am I trying to accomplish? And self-care is the only way to take care of yourself. And then from there on, you already put your own mask, right? Oxygen mask, I mean. I'm tired of masks, by the way. But you put your own oxygen mask, and then you can help somebody else. So take care of you first, and then the rest can be taken care of when you get to it. But take care of yourself first.
Awesome, awesome. So everybody, as you already know, self-care is important. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you get to be with yourself authentically, not forced. Make sure you're with yourself authentically. So I got one more question for you, and this is pretty unique because I'm actually a yoga instructor who promotes health about this question. But every guest that I have on the show, I ask them, what is their favorite slice of pizza, and where is that pizza from?
I actually know it's funny because tonight it's pizza night here at our house, so we actually get to make our own pizza. So I guess I'm gonna say the favorite place to get the pizza, it's from our house.
That's perfectly
I
fine.
I have a gluten-free intolerance, but I make an exception for pizza night, and we have regular crust. I love good margarita pizza with tomatoes and basil and little goat cheese or maybe mozzarella. Those two combined are awesome. A little olive oil. That's my jam. It's a margarita pizza. And I'm not vegetarian by any stretch of imagination, but that's a good one for me.
There you have it, everybody. The healthiest pizza slice that we got on this show, because everybody else said the complete opposite. But it's great. It was great having you on the show.
Thank you.
What you offer to the world and what you offer to everybody that you work with, we are so appreciative of you, and you always will be essential to everyone else that you meet and everybody you are working with now.
Thank you.
And everybody, as you already know, you can't get too lost in the pizza sauce because, see, there's too much sodium. And we're here promoting health. Everybody, thank you so much for joining the Pizza Time Chronicles. We got way more great guests coming on to the show. We already had so many great guests. It's only been like 3 months of the year. We're already on Hispanglish radio. I'm just a man in a pizza hoodie and a Kangol hat and some sunglasses that he found at a free college event. And I'm here with an amazing woman. Paula, send us out.
Thank you so much. And in yoga, we say, we bring our hands together and we say, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.